Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to shortsalepowerhour.com.
Hey, we got a remote finally, Kevin.
We did finally.
Yeah, people are saying, why don't you guys get a remote?
Why
do you always
you have to walk in front of the camera?
So, Derek Gilbert, thanks for being our remote, buddy.
He's the most expensive remote
People are like,
I've ever
who's
had.
Derek? You need to show up next Tuesday on shortsalepowerhour.com for Derek's Short Sale Power Hour debut.
I'll fly down from Colorado anytime to press the start button for you.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
Hey, he's Kevin. I'm Fred. Group 4610, Arizona's premier short sale
You know
team.
where you should be at today? I hope you're watching this video at about 7
I
a.m.
hope you're watching at 7 a.m.
Because you know what? By 9 a.m., you better be at the Phoenix Civic and Convention Center for Crush It short sales.
Wow.
All day long. Crush It short sales. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Get down there. If you haven't got your ticket yet, get down there. I'll give you a discount off the normal $500 door rate.
Wow, you're so
I thought
generous.
it was 1,000.
No, a hometown discount.
Oh, okay.
Hometown discount.
Yeah, that's
So,
awesome. So, hey, today's a little episode that used to have another name that doesn't have that name anymore, but now we call it Forgettable Friday.
I noticed, though, our webmasters have not altered their... okay, whatever.
Well, it's Forgettable Friday. So, Kevin, this is a transaction we're going to talk about today that just happened this week.
Closed 2 days ago.
It actually happened on Wednesday, correct?
Yeah.
No, Tuesday, excuse me. So this past Tuesday, well, I'll give you a little background on the file. Had a file that we had a buyer originally in like April of this year, and it was an approved short sale. Unfortunately, the buyer canceled. We got a new buyer on or around June 10th, somewhere in that ballpark, and went back to the servicer, Citi Mortgage, and Citi quickly reapproved it, like less than a week. I believe we issued the agreement notice or the approvals on like June 16th, June 17th.
Pretty much got an approval like right away. Like took them no time.
Yeah. Now I'm not gonna throw the buyer, buyer's lender, and buyer's agent like just completely under the bus.
I will. You should be able to close a loan in less than 70 million days.
But let's just say
it just doesn't take that long, and it's not that hard.
Let's just say that there were a lot of excuses from the buyer. We got their short sale approved in a week, okay? And so we told them we needed to initially close within like 3 weeks. They said they could do it. Well, they couldn't. So we got the sale date postponed. So the sale date was actually postponed till just this past Tuesday, which would have been the 10th, I believe, Kevin. You gonna do the math in your head?
It would be the 10th.
It would be the 10th. So sale date was postponed to the 10th, but the approval was only good through the end of July. Well, what do you know? We're promised loan docs at the end of the month. Doesn't happen.
Didn't happen. What a shocker.
Anyway, the negotiator at Citi Mortgage, Rhett, who names their kid Rhett anyway?
Well, he's got two first names to be totally fair.
Okay, Jonathan Rhett? Is that
I think it's John.
John Rhett? Whatever.
Let's be nice.
Okay, I'll be nice. So, Rhett, let's just say, was not very nice to us, and over multiple emails to us, scolded us for not closing the transaction. And you know what, Rhett? I'm with you, dude. I was just as angry and disappointed that the buyer couldn't close it. But at the end of the day, you hadn't foreclosed on it yet. And the fact that you were saying you weren't going to approve the short sale is
that's
dumb.
just stupid.
Okay? So we finally convinced Rhett that they would agree as long as we closed before the sale date. Well, more things happen with the buyer. Finally, the loan docs make it to title. Finally, the buyer signs out of state.
The money shows up at title.
The funding happens on the buyer's loan on Tuesday morning. The foreclosure sale date, again, is set for Tuesday at 12:30 Arizona time. The money sitting at title Tuesday morning, and all we need is the okay from Rhett and crew to close the transaction. Well, on Monday, Rhett and his manager told me that they needed the approval and okay from the mortgage insurance company to postpone the sale date. And Tuesday morning rolls around, and they tell me that it's going to go to foreclosure because they haven't heard from the mortgage insurance company.
Haven't heard from them.
Well, because we follow a system and a process, Kevin, we knew because we asked early on. The mortgage insurance company was MGIC, and you and I got on the phone. I actually got on the phone immediately, and I started calling. And within 5 to 7 minutes, I got not the gentleman at MGIC who actually approved the deal the first time for Citi, but I got his assistant because that gentleman happened to actually be out of the office. But I got his assistant, which shows you that...
Funny how you did that, but the employees at Citi couldn't figure that one out.
So... Anyway, they told me, MGIC, that they hadn't even seen this file since April. They said, well, we didn't know there was a new buyer. We haven't seen it. So I go back over. They're like, there's nothing we could do at this point. We haven't approved it. But I'm not going to get mad at MGIC because I need to go, obviously, back to Citi and find out why they're saying we never even approved the latest buyer and Citi's saying other things.
Citi flat out told you that, yes, they did approve the buyer.
Yes.
That they did send it to MGIC, although MGIC is saying, no, we've never seen that.
there's real life inside short sales, so they're arguing. So anyway,
Wow.
we get on the phone with Citi, and they're literally still just giving us excuses. Well, I don't think there's anything we can do, and blah, blah, blah. 11 a.m., Kevin, I had a meeting to go to.
You did.
Now, I worked that file for 2.5 hours on Tuesday morning, at least, from 7:30 till 11, with maybe an hour's worth of other work in between.
And you called Citi out for their
I called Citi
miscommunication.
out. I escalated it to the manager's manager, who happened to be the VP of the department, but he was out that morning, so we were like on him. And at 11 o'clock that morning, I handed you the phone as I was on the phone with the negotiator, who put me on hold to get him and the manager on. I said, dude, you're going to have to handle this because I got to go to a meeting. And I will let you, if you would, maybe kind of tell the rest of that story.
So, here's the deal. At that point, I get on the phone. I'm on the phone with the negotiator. I'm on the phone with the VP of the department, and I'm having a conversation. And really, my conversation looks like this. I'm hearing their excuses, except I'm not allowing them to give me excuses because I'm done with excuses. I'm about solutions. I don't want to talk about the last 4 months. They wanted to talk about why the buyer couldn't close in time. So
Why the sale date had been postponed multiple times.
Yeah.
All
And
that's in the past.
I agreed with them. They had a valid argument, but it wasn't bringing a solution to the table. So I just simply said, hold on a second, guys, because what I hear from you in the media and what I hear from you and even in your own recordings when I call your company is that you're out to help the homeowner and you want to stop foreclosure and you do this, do that. And meanwhile, we've got a transaction here where there's money sitting at the title company. You have the opportunity to stop a foreclosure and close a short sale, help everybody out in this transaction, even including your own company and the investor, because they will lose more money if you foreclose. You got the opportunity to do that, but because of bureaucratic red tape, posturing, and everything else, egos and everything else that gets involved in this, you're willing to let this home foreclose. It goes to foreclosure in 90 minutes from now. What are you going to do? And, I'll just say that phone call, for me, it ended up going really smooth. I will say that...
Can I, for a minute, say this? And I'm not doing this because if Citi watches this, I don't want them to get mad later.
I'm not mad at Citi.
I'm pointing this out for the viewers at home, for agents out there that are closing short sales. The negotiator and manager are on the phone with you, and the negotiator is griping and cutting you off and talking about all the stuff in the past. And during the middle of the conversation, correct me if I'm wrong, that's how you told me the story, the manager actually stopped the negotiator and said, Rhett, let the man finish talking, and then apologized.
Yeah, it was like the manager's manager, so she was like 2-level AVP, whatever you want to call her. But yeah, no, the negotiator kept trying to cut me off when I was having my conversation.
I point that out not just because somebody cut somebody. I'm telling you that your negotiators, if you're trying to talk common sense into them, trying to get them to do something out of the ordinary, outside of the guidelines, their program's like, no, we can't.
They get all worked
The
up.
manager, however, cut the negotiator off and said, shut up and let the guy talk, and then proceeded to go ahead and fix the problem.
Yeah, she actually said, hold on, stop, let him finish. Yeah, but no, let him finish. So I got to finish, and before she responded to me, it was great, because she said, you know what, before I respond to you, I want to apologize to you for what just happened. That was inexcusable, and I'm sorry. And then, you know what? Within the course of the next 2 minutes, we worked the deal out. She actually got approval from the MI company.
While you were on the phone, right?
Yeah. Funny how that works. I don't know how it happened. It just magic happens when you force people's hands.
Yeah. Well, and I actually gave them before I got off handing you the phone. I gave them the contact information for who to call over there.
Well,
because they didn't know who to call.
Well, you know what, guys, and that's a lesson right there. When you allow the bank to run the deal the way they want to, when you allow them to do things and allow them to reach out to the mortgage insurance company, the investor, whoever, they're always going to have mediocre results because they hire mediocre people and they just don't care. Whereas we care about our clients and it's our goal, it's our intention to get the short sale closed, and we're going to fight to the bitter end.
So not only did that foreclosure sale date get pushed back around 11:30,
we closed the deal like 2 hours later.
We closed the deal just after
we
like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
We literally closed the deal that afternoon.
Could have actually closed in the morning without even the foreclosure sale date having to be postponed.
But we couldn't promise their money to them that day.
Yeah. Whatever.
Let's wrap it up.
I hope you guys got something in that. I know that was like more story than normal, but there was a lot of good keys in there.
Dude,
we did not accept no, guys.
And you've got to overcome it.
Yeah, and just if you think that we like pocketed a ton of money on that, and I think the sales price was like $100,000.
It was 80,000.
80,000, great.
So,
but the point is, we did the right thing, which was not accept no for an answer, and we helped our seller avoid foreclosure.
Yeah.
Despite the multiple times we were told, no, this is going to foreclosure.
Well, I don't like to lose.
I don't either. On 3,
1,
2,
3.
Short sale power hour. Short sale power hour.